You are looking live at the Leonardo MD-80 in classic AirCal livery. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you are. CJ here. I'm your classic jet sim pilot, and we got some more MD-80 Leonardo fun today. Look where we are, San Francisco, and there's no better place to be with your AirCal MD-82. AirCal approximate probably a mid-80s livery right now for AirCal, and really cool, funky livery here. And we're doing a quick hop San Francisco up to Reno today in the MD-82, and yeah, should prove to be a good one. Looks like we've got a nice day to fly. A little bit of a wind. We can hear the low pressure blades, compressor blades spinning around in there, clicking away. I can't get enough looking at this model. As long as you don't get too close, right? Just wait till we get it fully updated for 24. I think it's going to be outstanding. Caught some previews of it at Expo. Interior only, but looked awfully good. Looked awfully good there, folks. But you know what? The Leo Mad Dog is just so good. I find it very easy to overlook the older textures. Whoops, excuse me, Tug. Just because it is such a pleasure to fly. It flies so well. Just an absolute blast. But hey, before we get going, give the channel a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up if you feel like you're Leonardo Mad Dog action. Click that subscribe button too. As I tape this, we are right up on almost 500 subscribers, so kind of a fun milestone to hit for the channel. And if you want to see more Mad Dog stuff, click the like button, click the subscribe button, and who am I kidding? I'm going to bring you more stuff anyway. But at least that way, if you click the notification bell, you'll get a heads up every time I release something. Let's enter the cockpit. Let's get the proverbial show on the road. Let's load up the flight tablet. Get that turned on. We'll have GSX bring us the jetway, Swissport. We'll also ask for the power cart. And we'll get that on its way. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and log into VATSIM. We are operating as AirCal 183. MD-82 will connect. We got a flight plan on file. There it is. No ATC right now. ATC is all around us. We got SoCal on, Seattle Center on, Salt Lake City Center's on, but nobody at San Francisco. That's all right. We'll make it work. We will make it work. All right, we got some external power up there. Let's check the batteries. Check the batteries. 27 volts. Looks like we're good to go. Battery on. Do a quick safety check. Fuel switches. I'm just clicking around there. That's really weird. Alright, fuel switches are off. Throttles are closed. Speed brakes are down. Flaps are up. Radar is off. And the wipers are off. Go ahead and bring on
autopilot. Autopilot.
Make sure the nav lights are on. Somebody once scolded me in the comments about not checking the quality of the external power before flipping it on. Thing is, if you're getting the blue light, the system already thinks that you've got good clean power. But, you know, it doesn't hurt. I should always do it. Just sort of good practice in case something goes wrong with that light. But anyway, we're good to go. Go ahead and turn the galley on because I need a cup of coffee. And let's do the initialization, and then we'll get into the flight plan here. Go to menu, AirCal's, AOC, pre-flight, init data, init request. While we're doing that, we'll pull up SimBrief dispatch. San Francisco to Reno, 40 minutes en route. Weight and balance. All right, what do we got for trip fuel? Trip fuel. We have 47.36. Taxi fuel, 1,400. Wow. All right, well, that gives us some extra fuel. With a block fuel of 13,734. I didn't mean to do that. Send it. Return. And we'll request the flight plan. We should get some docs here shortly. While we're over here, let's load up the weight and balance. Looks good. 4090. $13,734. Yeah, we got way too much fuel. Let's try something here. Edit. Yeah, that's way too much fuel. So, we'll go into our SimBrief. We'll generate it again. There we go. That happened last time too. I don't know what's going on, but you load it in SimBrief before. Maybe the secret is you got to generate the flight after you load up Leonardo, although that's not how it used to work. So something changed. Anyway, there is an update sitting out there I haven't updated Leonardo with, but it didn't. I don't think it mentioned that in the update. But whatever, we're there now. That's all that matters. We'll check the flight folder. San Francisco, Reno, we're good. We'll do the technical log. The weekly check's expired. We'll go ahead and request that since we got the jetway up. And we are good to go. Ground fuel requested. Fuel we've got. That was weird. I didn't even press anything and the landing lights came on. All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring up calling for our fuel. Request refueling. Oh, GSX doing GSX-y things. What else we got going on out here? Is it just that guy? Yeah, it's just that guy. Anyway, beautiful flight beams, San Francisco. Wonderful scenery. Fuel truck should be on its way. Wonder where it's coming from. There it is. Get us a little bit. MD-82 GT D217s AirAC. Expiration date is good. We'll do the we'll initialize the position. We are at SFO reference. We got the GPS up and running. We can put that in. We got the route KSFO-KRNO. We put that there. Direct to Orca. That is it. Alright, we'll hold on the rest. Let's do our I'd love to get APU running. Got Fire test up there.
Fire left engine. Fire right engine. Fire left engine.
Good fire test there. Actually, it's not that warm in here. I think we're fine. I won't worry about firing up the APU quite yet. But let's go ahead and do our overhead panel check. I'm going to set the volume here for the immersive audio sounds. Norm. Test, look for the light. There it is. Reset the gens. On external power. APU is off bus. The external power is on bus. Galley's on. AC bus tie is in auto. DC bus tie is open. Start pumps off, fuel heats off, ignition's off, starters off, fuel pumps are all off for right now. Emergency lights can go to arm, no smoking's on, seatbelts off. We're getting heat to all our probes except for the rat, and we'll leave it in the captain position. We'll start warming up the windshield. Other than that, all the other anti-ice, de-ice is off. APU switches are all off or normal. Master's off. Batteries on and locked. APU is in normal. Coming back up here, FMS, CFA switches are all in normal. Engine sync is off. We'll do the short whiz test.
Pull up. Terrain. Pull up.
Wind shear test. And the wind shear lights. Excellent. Should get amber for the headwind and red for the tailwind. It's easy to read these from over here. The thunderstorm cockpit floodlights are off. Anti-skid test. We get the inboard and outboard lights. That's good. Stall test. System 1. System 2. Excellent. Overspeed test is good. Chick Stig logo lights, but it's bright out. We'll leave them off. Yaw dampers off. We get the light. Or override, we get the off light. Mock trim computer, we get the warning. Ice FOD. All 4 of them. FOD alert, system in op in the test position. That's good. Auto off. Auto cabin fan. Air conditioning is in auto. The air conditioning shutoff is in auto. Ram air is off. Displays look good. We'll go to the standby, come back to primary and hit it. Our Reno is, let's go ahead and bring up the flight plan. $44.15. Alright, 44.20. And the weather right now in Reno, 3022. Excellent. Auto off. Okay. We would check our intercom here. We can do a quick flow check. Looks good. Airport data. down. I'm going to lose the yoke for just a second. That looks good. No flags. What is our weather in San Francisco? We are looking at departures on the 1s or the 2 or 28 right. We'll probably take 1 left. Wind 290 at 12, 10 miles, 3001. It's making all that noise out there. Oh, there's an American 321 that might be taxiing by here in a second. 3001. 3011. That didn't look right. Yeah, he's way up here around the corner, and then there's this Delta that just landed. I hope somebody can figure out how to make those sounds a little better, because it's really loud. 3011 said left and center. Good test there. It is, we'll leave it on B. Good landing gear test. .04, 12 degrees, that's good. Going across here. Good radar tests. Speed brake. Throttles. Excellent. Flight handles up. We got a squawk code of 7065. And the CTAF at San Francisco should be 1870. Go ahead and open the lead transfer valves. Here comes that American. Right out there, taxiing towards us. Coming down to the 1s. Alright, we're going to assume we have our clearance, and it's going to be as filed. Let's plan on runway 1 left. A little bit of a crosswind, but we'll deal with it. Trucking 2 to Orca. Alright, runway 1 left. One left. Trucking 2. Orca. Execute. Arrival into Reno is the Orca 1 from Orca. And what are they landing at? 17 left and right. We'll plan on 17 right. Yeah. 17 right. So the approach we want ILS Zulu 17 right. From Hoboa. ILS Zulu 17 right. Hoboa. Orca 1. Enter. Alright. Trucking to Orca, Orca 1 to vectors. So ILS Zulu 17 right, Hoboa. So the Orca 1 chart shows us Orca to Hoboa. And actually, let's delete the vectors. And we'll execute that. So now we go right from Hoboa. Right from here into the approach. So jump to Zombie, Amy's. Oh, it's reference points for the turn. That's what it is. Because this FMS probably can't do the arc like that. Amy's, and then the turn to Wallar, Zompo's at 8. Oh, Zompo's at 7,500. Yep, 7,500. All right, we're good to go. Okay. Our San Francisco to Reno, zero fuel weight, 106, 144. Oops. 106. Ah. Six. We'll go to 2. 106.1. These are 0 fuel weight. Our reserves. Actually, it's on our flight plan page. 250 is our cruise altitude. Cruise wind 231 at 23. Block fuel of 13.7. And I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and get boarding started. Reserves are 5.9. And top of climb OAT minus 24. Excellent. Transition altitude. It's good. Nope. We should have our performance numbers in here. One left. Bleeds on, flaps 11. Flex 50. And our speeds off of one left. Flaps 11, so we don't have to do a dial flap. 23, 28, 34. 123. 128. 134. All right, pre-flight complete. We're going straight up to 25,000. Let's go ahead and do our turn our flight directors on. There we go. All right, it's on to auto land test. Speed 250. Heading out of here, runway 1. Zero 14. 014, and we'll bring the bank angle down till we can bug up. 25,000 feet is armed. Still doing the pre-flight test. So the MCP is set up. If we need to come back, it'll be runway 28 right. Yeah, we'll call it 28 right. It's a little bit longer. One 11.7. One 11.7, and the course for 28 right is 284. So we'll set that up. Because I don't believe it is an RNAV departure. So our departure off runway 1, climb heading 014 to 520 feet, then a right turn to tie-dye. So 520 to tie-dye. Cross tie-dye at or above 3, then on track 43 degrees to trucking. Top altitude is 190, but we don't have we don't have ATC on, so we don't need to worry about that. And there is a speed restriction, but it's only for runway 28 left and right. It's not to exceed 210 knots until 520 feet. Well, we're going to be doing runway 1, so not necessary. I think we're ready for the before start checklist. Parking brakes are set. Warm light we don't have. Oxygen's checked. Circuit breakers are checked. IRS panel we don't have. Battery is locked and on. Fuel pumps. Oh, let's do the fuel pump test, in case you all have never seen it. So notice how it says left inlet fuel pressure low, right inlet fuel pressure low. So that means when I turn on the left-hand pump, we should lose that left inlet warning. Right? Now it comes back. Same thing with this one. Left pumps do that. Right pump should get rid of the right warning. Should come back. Right warning should come back. Center, they should both go away. Except that there's no fuel in the center tank, so that ain't gonna work. Now, what I can do is I can turn on the left tank Notice the left warning goes away. Then I come over here to the crossfeed, activate it, and now notice how they both go away because it's feeding fuel to the other side. When I deactivate it, we should get both pressure warnings back. So that is a good fuel pump test. Okay, where was I? Fuel pumps. Fuel boost pumps. They are all off. And we don't have the APU running, so we're good to go. Emergency lights are armed. Probe heat is on. Captain windshield anti-ice is on. Yep. Pressurization auto up. And we are set for our destination. Flight guidance panel is set and checked. Let's get the 111.7 up over here now that this self-test is done. Here we go. Assume temperature switch is set. ART is off. Fuel quantity distribution 16.6 and checked between the two wing tanks. That's what we want. GFMS, FMS data is inserted in verified transponder. We go to TARA and set. Actually, our ATC ID is Alpha Charlie Lima. What's our flight number again? 183. Alright. Our flight ID is set. Spoiler levers retracted. Takeoff warning's been checked. Throttles are closed. Fuel levers are off. Fuel crossfeed levers off. Flaps up and retracted. Aileron rudder trim 00. Flight attendant briefing is done. Departure briefing is done. How we doing boarding, kids? $58 of 79 packs. Let's go ahead and start the APU. Let's go outside. Hopefully we can hear it. Door open. It's hard to hear with that stupid jet noise, unrealistic jet noise. Anyway, we're just supposed to hold it in the start position until we get RPM reading, but I wanted to go outside and listen to it. RPM's coming up nicely. EGT's coming up nicely. Once the APU's on bus, we'll be ready to go. I should have one of the right-hand fuel pumps on. Looks good. APU power coming online. External power's off. They can come get the cart. We'll bring the air on. And the APU will start sending air when it's good and ready. Let's go ahead and turn the bleed supplies on. Let's wait till we get some bleed pressure. Since we are refueled and everything, seatbelt sign can come on. ACAR's fuel and reports is done. Flight and logbook forms. We are... Technical log. No history, no deferred, no malfunctions to report. We are good to go. It's a flight attendant letting us know that the boarding is complete. We now have bleed pressure. Let's bring the supplies on. We'll make sure that those pack fans come on. They do. Just get some air going to the cabin, some fresh air. And we can go ahead and bring the fuel pumps on at this time. Seatbelt signs are on. All right, we got it. I think we're just about ready to push here. So the hydraulic pumps, high And on, we look for the right-hand side. Just got our final load sheet. That's good. Trans pump comes on. And now we've got hydraulic pressure to both sides. I love it. Let's just double check this load sheet real quick. Zero fuel weight. 1022. Wow. Whoops. 4,000 pounds less? Back takeoff 19 and a half. So we'll set this at 19 and a half. And we're going to be flaps 11. And since we're lighter, our V speeds will still be good. 23, 28, 34. 23, 34, 32, 4. And there's our clean speed. All right. Aux hydraulic pump is on. Doors and windows closed. Locked. And doors are closed. Anti-collision light can come on. Cabin ready report received. Flight deck doors closed. If B, we can set to flight mode and turn off. All right, we are ready for push. Doors closed. There goes the jetway. We are at, I already forgot what gate we're at. Bravo 25. Pushing back Bravo 25.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
It's actually 120.5. Oh, I must have been looking at Reno.
Departure checks completed.
San Francisco traffic, Swiss 3 Heavy is now establishing 40 ILS 28 left.
What are we? 183. We're pushing back Bravo 25. San Francisco traffic, AirCal 183. We're going to be pushing back Bravo 25. San Francisco. All right, we want to face east on Mike 1. That is correct.
Release parking brakes, please.
Brakes released.
Push.
You
All
cleared to
engines
push.
clear. Start at will.
Face east. System B, left hand. We've got pressure turning 1. Best start sound in the sim, especially when ignition hits here in just a second. I mean, come on. Every time I need to listen to that. All right, watching the EGT for the hot start. Watching N2 for the hung start. Everything's turning. We got oil pressure. There's the rollback. Starter can come off. Close the guard. Let's go ahead and give people in back some air. You know we got the ACARs. Got good pressure. Let's turn 2. N2. %. Fuel. Light off.
Please set parking brakes.
Right, parking brakes are set. Pressure's normal. Again, watching for that hot start. Ready to shut the fuel off if we need to. And make sure N2 keeps accelerating, as does N1. And we have oil pressure. We got the electrical switch over. And we've got the rollback on the temp. APU's coming back, coming off.
Unlocking gear.
We don't have auto brakes in this one, do we? Nope. So do not arm that.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
After start checklist, before taxi, engine anti-ice is off, air conditioning is established, flaps 11, set. Spoiler lever, not armed. Auto brake, not have. Flight controls. Here's our signal. Thank you, sir. Get the hell out of here. Alright, looking for the spoilers when we check the ailerons. Because remember, the actual control surfaces do not move on this plane. There's the elevator power. It's just little control tabs. Controls checked. We've got a very short taxi out to runway 1 left today. So let's go ahead and do the before takeoff. Takeoff data and bugs are set. They're 23, 28, 34. With a flex of 50. And the ART is on. We're going to climb straight to 512 feet and then the 520 feet. And the right turn to tie-dye. It's on the nav display, so we'll go nav as soon as we can after liftoff. And let's go ahead and go takeoff. Runway 1 left. Flaps and slaps 11, and takeoff light. APU is off. Pneumatic crossfeeds are closed. Flight controls checked. Hydraulic system high and on. Pressure is good. Anti-ice is off. Packs are... Let's turn them both on. There we go. Packs are on. Takeoff briefing's done. Annunciator lights are checked. Engine ignition. We'll go ahead and set it to B right now since it is such a short taxi. And we just got lights to go. Before takeoff checklist is complete. San Francisco traffic. AirCal 183 taxiing from the Bravo gates. Runway 1 left. Here we go. They're ready and back.
And San Francisco traffic, American 3315 is crossing 28 left on Tango. Going to be taxiing Tango Alpha to the ramp. San Francisco.
Alright, we'll take it up to about 1.3 EPR. We'll activate the auto thrust. That'll take us to our takeoff power setting of 1.82 EPR. We'll call power set. We'll look for clamp. Rotate. Lift off. At 520 feet, we can start our turn. 1,000 feet, we'll come back to climb power. We'll set VSI, vertical speed climb, at 1,000, and we'll start our acceleration. I'm going to stop here at 1 left, and we'll take a look, make sure nobody's coming in on the crossing runways. Oh, looks like we're good. San Francisco traffic, AirCal 183 departing runway 1 left to be a right turn out to the northeast after departure via the trucking departure at San Francisco.
And San Francisco traffic, American 3315 is clear of all the actives on Alpha taxi to the ramp, San Francisco.
All right, lights. Camera. And action, breathe, packs are on. We'll start the clock once we make the turn. Just bring our power up. See if we can get a nice shot on our way out. All right, folks, ready? Let's go flying. Got a nice crosswind from the left, about 10, 11 knots.
Stabilizer.
Did I set the trim? I did not. Dang it.
Stabilizer. Stabilizer. Stabilizer.
There we go. I always forget something, don't I? And that should be part of the thing. All right, clamp. Power set. Strong crosswind from the left. There's V1. There's rotate. Right up to 15 degrees. More like 18 degrees. There's nav. Here's our turn. 1,000 feet. There's climb. Vertical speed. You really got to manhandle it. There's our acceleration. Left 0. Autopilot on. Bug up. All right. We are off like a herd of turtles. There's two kind of pilots, chat. Those that have done that and those that will do it. Alright, just gonna slats in. After takeoff. Gears up, no lights. Spoiler levers disarmed. Auto brake is off. Flats and slaps up, retracted, no lights. Engine ignition is off. Pressurization, air conditioning is checked. APU is off. And that's the best part of takeoff. Positive rate gear up. Wow. All right, here we go. All right, through 7,500. I need to change that setting. I'll do it later. I don't know if it's prototypical or not, but there is a setting for. I like to know if the autopilot is disengaged, not just the light. I like the oral sound. Oral. Oral? Oral. Do you say them different? There's 10,000 feet. Let the flight attendants know the cabin is released. Landing lights off. 10,000 foot check. Exterior lights are as required. Aircraft performance is checked. We're only going to 25,000 feet, so not performance is not a consideration. Now we're accelerating to our climb speed. And we can already start thinking about our arrival. If you notice, I spent a little bit more time looking at the arrival than I normally would, just because it is such a short flight. And we want to set hobo up at 16,000 feet. And it is set to 16,000 or above. Whoa. What's with the stuttering today? There's no weather to speak of, so I'm going to leave the terrain radar on, because there's some pretty big hills, especially once we get around Reno. The last time I flew into anything resembling Reno was actually in a real sim. It was actually an E175 sim. And did some second segment engine failures, which are pretty tricky out of Reno. Did some zero braking exercises, and ended up at having a dual engine failure. It was in a E175 level D sim. It was a lot of fun, actually. Stressful, but a lot of fun. Alright, coming through 15, almost 16, on our way up to 25. FMA looks perfect. Auto throttle. Remember TARP. If you haven't seen my video on the flight management guidance system in the MD-80, it's worth a look. But you got your FMA, which is really important in this airplane. It's important in any airplane. But you got your throttle here, which right now it's set to the FMS VNAV, the FMS EPR, which is our climb EPR. A is altitude, and the altitude is armed, and it's set to 25,000 feet. So, it's always important to understand what's going on. Yeah, anything you have armed goes in this window. Alright, we're through 18. We won't be here very long. Our top of descent shouldn't be much past Orca. Although we gain almost 4,500 feet in ground elevation between San Francisco, so we're only 20 feet, 20,000 feet above the ground. So 20,000 feet times 3 is 60. Plus a little bit. Oh, we got a decent tailwind. So we're looking at about 65 miles from Reno. We should be on our way down. Reno, Nevada, the biggest little city in the world.
Central Aircraft San Francisco Tower is now open. Information Tango's current altimeter 3009er.
I could have told you that San Francisco Tower was going to open mere moments after we departed. That is my luck. Well, maybe we'll get lucky and NorCal come online. Yep, 18.7. Is Reno. And let's set up for the RNAVs, or the ILS Zulu. It is 110.9. Inbound course 167. Thousand to go. All right, we're just past Orca, so we are already on the arrival. Passing Sacramento out there somewhere. Oh, there. That's Sacramento. Right there. Those two big parallel runways. Sacramento International. Alright, VNAV level. We can go ahead. Do the cruise checklist. Engine airplane systems are checked. Engine sync will leave off. Fuel system is set. Art switch, we can go to auto now. We can give the pumps a little bit of a break. The flap takeoff wheel, we'll leave it. We'll leave stowed. Altimeters are checked. We don't need to do position reports because we are theoretically in radar contact. And descent checklist is next. But anyway, we can set our minimum altitude. We can set it to 7,400. If I look at the legs page. Yeah. So now that we are in level flight, there's 17,000. It auto arms. I do have the auto arming feature activated. I use the PAP, the Windwing PAP3 panel of Autopilot 3. Works great with the Mad Dog, but you can't pull out the knob to arm it. I wonder. No, I need the alto button. There's no altitude intervention. I wonder if that's assigned to anything. I'll have to play with it. There's nothing's already pre-programmed in Mobile Flight to arm the altitude, but it's not that important because the auto arm was actually an option on the aircraft in real world. I can't remember which video I was watching. If it was Danish Air Transport, I think it was them, but they didn't have to pull it. There's auto armed. $116.6, that's a little heavier than we are. We're looking at a flaps 28 of 136. We're planning on a flaps 28 landing. We've got long runways at Reno. No reason to do a flaps 40. Except that it's cool. We can do 133 with flaps 40. We'll go flaps 40. 133. We'll check it again once we're closer. All right, we're less than 40 from our top of descent. We left the seatbelt sign on. We've done the landing data. We can do a standard assessment. We could run it if we wanted to. Engine sync is off. Pressurization is set and checked. I said it before we left. Anti-ice fuel boost pumps are still on. Anti-ice is off. Windshield anti-fog is off. Egypt Whiz will turn on. And that is our descent checklist. I'm going to turn down the terrain a little bit. We can also set this to be below us. Excellent. There's Hoboa. We need to be above 16,000 when we cross that. But we haven't reached our top of descent yet. So we're in good shape. We're in good shape for the real short cruise segment. There's actually somebody else working their way to Reno in Alaska. It's 1:15. They're a little bit behind us, though. Alaska 1:15 coming from Seattle. About 10 minutes behind us. And then there's a United 1329 that's about to leave San Francisco and come to Reno. So, popular place right now. Bumpy. I did not check the shear values of cruise since it's such a short cruise segment, but I'm glad I left the seatbelt sign on. We're bouncing around a little bit. You know, that's supposed to be random about those. Unless I just hit it twice in a row. I hope I don't have to reassign those views. All right. What were we, 7,400? Yep. All right. You gotta hit the tab key and scroll. Only 480 Alpha Charlie. MD-82 AirCal went to New York Air, then Frontier, then to Continental, then to Indonesia, then Dubrovnik. By the way, this serial number is the actual serial number of the airplane. How about that? That's some dedication by the livery makers. Alright, looks like we're headed down. We are. Down we go. We'll bring the range down another tick. It's a busy arrival once we get a little closer. Here's Hoboa. We need to be at or above 16,000 at Hoboa, which we will be. So looking good. I love these little obscure airlines, and that's why I like the Fusion Virtual Airline Association Alliance. Sorry, guys. Right now, this is through Virtual, VAAL, and we have these AirCal, PSA, etc. Timetables, since they all, through mergers and so forth, became part of American. And it really opens up really some unique flights. Yeah, we're getting a little fast, we're getting a little high, bringing a little speed brake. And then if you really want to go deep, there's the Piedmont Virtual Airways, which is part of the Fusion Virtual Airline Alliance. And have even more airlines that aren't around anymore. There's like Tahoe over there. All right, through 18,000 feet. What's the weather at Reno? Three 3019. 3019. Alright, exterior lights are where we want them. 18 checks. Exterior lights are set. TRP. Yeah, we need set to go around. Hydraulic system high and on. High. Pressure should come up on both. And we'll do the landing PA. Folks, we're about 20 minutes out. Thanks for flying with AirCal. AirCal. Start the slowdown. Because we need to be at... Oh, we should have been at 230 knots. My bad. But close enough for government work. I have a feeling we're going to be riding these speed brakes all the way down. There's 230 knots. I'm going to go to slats. Extend the slats. Slats extended. Zombie is where we start the turn. Go over to Reno, CTAF. Reno traffic, AirCal 183. We're about 20 miles northwest on the ILS Zulu 18 right, Reno. Alright, we're back on speed, back on path. Boards are in. That is our only speed restriction, it looks like. Start our turn around the arc. It's a 6.5 degree arc off the ILS DME. Or, what am I saying? No, it's not. It's a 6.5 mile segment. Alright, 167. Coming through 10. Lights, come on. Alright, want to stay above 9,400 on this segment. We're good. After Amy's, yep, we want to be above 8,000. Wallar, 8,000. Reno traffic, AirCal 183. 15 mile final. Runway 18 right. Reno. Okay, looks like we've got a signal. We can go ahead and go to ILS mode. It's armed. Bring our speed back. Flaps 11 speed checks. Low cap. Well, we got the glide slope cap, but we got the glide slope captured before the, oh no, we're on the low. Alright, we're good. Coming back to 170. Flaps 15, speed checks. Flaps 15. Reno traffic, AirCal 183. Coming up on a 15 mile final. 17 right. Flaps 28. Speed brakes are armed. And going to flaps 40. Speed checks. Flaps 40. Flaps 40 before landing checklist. Hydraulic pumps high and on. Altimeters are set 3019er. Flight instruments bug set and cross check. Seatbelt sign is on. Tail de-ice is off. Gear down 3 green. Spoilers are armed. Flats and slaps 40, 40, land. Enunciators checked. And ignition, go to B. Before landing checklist complete. My airplane. Autopilot's away. Just keeping that aircraft symbol tucked up in the V-bar, the command bars. We are on a glide slope, a little right of course. Runway's inside of course.
1,000.
In case any of you want to see how much control yoke movement is necessary. This airplane's known to need a lot of yoke movement, especially when you get slow like this. Because you're just flying those control tabs. You're not flying the actual control surface. So it takes a lot more movement, typically. Speed's good. Just a smidge low. Just get the nose up a little bit and hold it there. That V-bar, the command bars are real fidgety.
Glide
Hold
slope.
that altitude right there.
Glide slope.
Glide slope
Glide
check.
slope. 500. Minimums.
Totally visual at this point. Oh, bad stutter.
100. 50, 40, 30,
And then nose up,
20,
power back. Hold it.
10.
Hold it. Touchdown. Fly the nose down. There we go. 2 in reverse. Manual braking. 80 knots. Don't need to get on it. We can make it to the next exit just fine. Reno traffic, AirCal 183. We are clear, 17 right. Come up the parallel. Back the flaps. Those lights on. Get the APU running. Got an Alaska coming in behind us a few miles. Gate Charlie 5. I have no idea what gates AirCal used, but I'm using just a real world flight. Charlie 5. Nope. Gap. But those are American gates, so we should be good. Okay. After landing, landing lights are off. Spoiler levers retracted. Auto brake we don't have. Engine ignition is off. Flaps up, retracted. No lights. Radar is off. APU is on. Pneumatic crossfeeds will open. And we can lose the terrain. A lot of high terrain here in Reno. Charlie 5. We are crossing the runway. I did not turn on my lights. You'll have to get over it. Okay, that was fun. That was a fun little flight. Little 45-minute flight. What are we? How far are we really into the flight? We were slated for 40 minutes en route. Yeah, there you go. 38 minutes. A little less. Very nice. How was our landing? Minus 196. That is A-OK. Nothing to brag about, but it did the job.
Reno traffic, Alaska 115, 10 mile final, what's the left full stop, Reno.
Next left. And it's first straight gate in. There's Charlie 7. Charlie 9's on a little bit of an angle. Charlie 7. There's Charlie 5. Charlie 7. Charlie 5.
Traffic, Alaska 117, 5 mile final, 1 to the left full stop, Reno.
No, don't stop. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on. This is one of the problems with Flight Simulator is the ground friction is just not easy. There we go. Okay, APU is on. I've got air going. Seatbelt sign off. Shut down the other one.
Reno traffic, Alaska 115, short final, runway 1 to the left full stop, Reno.
Anti-collision light is off. I did not park askew. What are you talking about? Man, brutal. Let's request a deboarding. Check the technical log. Oh, I need to take it out of flight mode. Turn the rinse lights off. Ignition's off. There's that Alaska flight landing. It's a little loud though. Transit check, we can request it. No defects to note. After landing checklist. Parking brake set, seatbelt signs are off, APU is established, fuel levers are off, anti-collision lights are off, engine ignition's off, engine pump went on, emergency lights off, probe heat off, windshield anti-ice, probe heat off, anti-ice off, air conditioning is set, oil, hydraulic, O2 quantities check, hydraulic pumps high and off, did not do that, high, and off. Arrival report, and maintenance has been notified to do transit check. That's all she wrote. Well, folks, there we go. AirCal, Leonardo, MD-80, one of the best airplanes in the sim. I know visually it ain't the best, but couple it with the with these outstanding liveries from I believe it's NB sim. These great liveries, the amazing sounds from the immersive audio, and I don't know. I don't know what's more fun in the sim. So give her a try if you haven't already. It is well worth the time and effort to learn how to fly. We've got some really good classic jets in this sim, and that's why it was, you know, besides just the fact that I'm old and I love flying these classic jets. We've got some really stellar examples, and this is certainly one of them. I'm CJ, and I am your classic jet sim pilot. Hope to see you again on a flight real soon. Keep the shiny side up.